Peace y'all, I am ICC and today I'm going to show you how to use the Titan 2 with the wireless mouse and keyboard. There's been a lot of comments, people asking for it, and it's actually a lot easier than you think, but there is a little trick or two here and there that you might want to know, so buckle up, get ready, wireless mouse and keyboard on the Titan 2. Keep in mind, this method will also work with the Raspberry Pi, and Nintendo Switch support will be added at a later date. The Titan 2 makes setting up a wireless mouse and keyboard extremely easy. If you just plug in the dongle, you will probably notice some of the keys already work. However, what we need to do is get everything tweaked and ready for what we want to play. I already have a script for you guys to use. I will provide a link in the description, and I will also show you how to change this script so you can make it work best for you and the controls you want. First thing you want to do is grab a micro USB cable to hook our Titan 2 up to the PC via the Prog slot on the back. Then you will need to launch your G-Tuner 4 software. Download it from consoletuner.com. If you need help installing the software and getting your Titan 2 set up, I have another video for that. Just look for how to install Titan 2. So, once you are up and running, download my file from the description and you will want to load the file I supplied. Click File, Open, and look for generic KNM.git. Once you have it loaded, scroll down to the keyboard mapping and you will see the keyboard on the left with your buttons on the right. You can find out exactly what each button is by clicking Help and then GPC Input Reference. You can change any key you want here. Just click the pull down menu and set it to anything you want. As of now, I have a basic setup. I will put my layout as a comment below and I will pin it to the top. And if you scroll further down, you will see the mouse mapping. You can invert it if you like, but I actually would not invert here. Most games will have that option, so I recommend leaving that alone. And while we are talking about invert, you will want to use this when mapping analog sticks, because it does read values in the negatives. For example, up on the analog stick and left on the analog stick both have a negative value. Down and right are positive, but click this invert button while mapping up and left on either analog stick. So, getting back on track here, let's get to the mouse. You can also change what the mouse clicks do, or you can actually add even more functions if your mouse has more buttons. To add a button, click Create a new mouse map and then select which button on the mouse you want to change. You will need to do a little testing because the buttons are numbered, so set a button, and then if you want to test it real quick, you can click the green arrow. Test and debug. Then come over to the device monitor. Now click a few buttons on the mouse and see exactly which one you are setting. Since every mouse is different, they couldn't label the buttons specifically, so just do a little trial and error and figure out which button is which on your mouse. It will be worth it, and this method of adding buttons also works on the keyboard if you want to add buttons there, so that is something to keep in mind. The last section you will see here includes mouse sensitivity, Y-X ratio, DD factor, a conversion curve, and also a dead zone. I have it on a basic setting right now, but depending on what game you play and how you play it, you probably will want to tweak these settings and make them fit for you. I can't make them perfect for everyone and every game, but at least you have it up and running. Before you unplug your device from the PC, you will want to drag and drop the script to a memory slot. I will be dragging it to slot number 7, but any slot will work. If you only see slots 1 through 3, don't worry, you can put in a micro SD card and you will see slots 4 through 9. You can also check the Online Resources tab and then go to Input Translators. There are some scripts that you can download and then put on your device to use. These scripts are all similar but have been tweaked to work as good as possible for the game it's used on. To make this work on different consoles, while inside your G-Tuner software, click Device Configuration, then under Output Protocol, you can select Automatic. But this will only work with the 4 main consoles, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. If you want to use this on a Raspberry Pi, you will need to select Xbox 360. When Nintendo Switch support is added, you will be able to select it here. Or maybe it will even be automatic. I don't know, but we will see. One thing I found interesting, under this same menu there is GameCube as a selection. It's grayed out for now, but that would be an interesting addition. This part is pretty easy. You will need to hook up your Titan II to your console. So the first thing I would do is plug your USB dongle into input A on the Titan II and your controller into input B. Match your controller to your console so you have all of the functions and you can avoid any issues, including the PlayStation 4 and its 10-minute timer. A quick tip, the PlayStation 4 will need a second model DualShock 4 controller. Keep in mind, the Titan II also supports controller headsets, so you can plug in and chat away. Then grab a micro USB cable and plug it into the output port on the back of your Titan II and then into your console. Keep in mind, this method does work with any console. I'm just using a PlayStation 4 as an example. The last thing you will need to do is make sure your Titan II device is on the memory slot you put your script on. For example, I put my script on slot number 7, so I will need to double check and make sure I see a 7. This following step here is for PS4 users only. Xbox users can skip this step. On your PS4, you will need to go into Settings. Then click Devices. Then click Controllers. Change the communication method from Bluetooth to USB. If you do not do this, the Titan II will be bypassed. So, that's all she wrote. Good luck. Have fun with your mouse and your keyboard. I am ICC. Thanks for watching. Peace.